Hi everyone, as promised a further video on the opening of the third eye. In the beginning I'd like to summarize some of the most important things I mentioned in my first video on that topic. So if you're taking the whole thing seriously and you actually want to open your third eye, there are a few basic things that all of us can do to aid this process and make things easier. And along those lines I mentioned the clearing of our etheric body through the chakra clearing meditation with special focus on our third eye, as well as clearing the aura. All these things are pretty easy to do and are essential because they have a great effect on our etheric body. So what's the goal in the long run, of course, is to raise the vibration of our etheric body, and that's something that we can influence as well by changing our habits, our lifestyle towards a healthier way of living. So of course I mentioned leaving out toxins like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, and also the consumption of meat, which some of you didn't take very well, but it's something that just needs to be mentioned because energetically and also on other levels the consumption of meat has a negative effect, not just on the physical but especially on the etheric body. And it's the etheric body we want to work with, we want to train it, we want to make it more sensitive, and we want to raise its vibration to access those realms we want to see and we want to sense. So those realms, those dimensions are on a higher level of vibration, so we need to do all we can to raise the vibration of our etheric body as well. But of course, no offense here, it's very much up to you. It's an individual way, everyone can approach it from a different angle, and let's leave that topic for now. What I'm trying to talk about today is the work with inner images. Images that appear in front of your inner eye, that is your third eye, as soon as you relax. I'm sure all of you have had situations when you've sensed things with your inner eye. We talk of the inner eye, but basically what it actually is the third eye. So that's why I'm pretty sure that all of you have had this happen before, that when you relax, you close your eyes, images emerge, colours, shapes, things like that don't seem to make sense to you at first, maybe. And that's what we're targeting here, because those images that surface in that moment are actually coming from your third eye. It's what your third eye picks up etherically around you, and you are seeing it. But of course then there are those situations when we see things in front of our inner eye where it's just involving people we've just met from, or work, or scenes from everyday life. Of course that's just you processing the day. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm really talking about those more abstract moments, abstract images you see when you're closing your eyes. So in order to encourage this to happen, of course there's the meditation. I will take the chakra clearing meditation to illustrate this. And of course meditating doesn't mean to linger in a certain yoga pose for hours. No, it's basically you just lying down, relaxing, closing your eyes, and freeing your mind from everyday life stress, worries, whatever keeps your mind busy, and focusing on an image that relaxes you. So if we take the chakra clearing meditation as an example here, let's say you were clearing every chakra individually. Say you've reached the solar plexus chakra. It's very likely that when you focus on that, when you visualizing how light goes into the chakra and how things come out of it, and that you will actually see what it looks like. You will see a colour. Those of you who know the chakras, of course, know that they have a certain colour. So when you're doing that and you're on that process, meditating, closing your eyes, you're focusing on that, you're visualizing, and when you visualize, you will actually see something. And that's the thing, that we think when we visualize, we make up something. It's not really that. It's actually you seeing things with your third eye. our ego is always there in the background, a comment and telling us, making us believe that we're just making this up, that it's just pure fantasy because it's us visualizing after all, isn't it? No, visualizing is just a help to get into this process, to get the third eye moving for us. Because you will see images that you don't really make up, that you didn't really visualize. You'll probably see like your chakra, when you clear it, how it probably changes color or form, size, whatever. And it's that what I want you to focus on. Of course you can work with anything else. I'm just taking that as an example. But what's essential for that to happen is that you relax deeply, you free your mind from everyday life stress, from just thoughts in general, and that you quiet your ego. I made an extra video on that as well. If you want, you can check it out as well. But it's basically just those three factors, and we can be in charge again. We can control it. If you quiet the ego, if you relax deeply, and you free your mind, then it's much easier for you to start working with those images whenever they emerge, and to accept them. It's about you accepting them as a sort of communication of your third eye with you. Your third eye actually sending you what it picks up around you. And that's how it starts off. It doesn't have to be a dramatic insight or revelation when we work with the third eye. No, it starts off with those easy little things. And it's about us training ourselves and our senses to understand what they are, and to allow them to happen, to allow them to communicate with us. And the more you let those inner images appear, and the more you train yourself, the more complex they will get, because you will remove your blockages, and those blockages are, again, your ego and your thoughts and things that keep your mind busy. And I'm sure all of you can do this. All of you can do it. So I encourage all of you to start now, if you're really interested and want to work with your third eye, because it's a potential that all of us can access, and we should make the best of it. And what helps you as well is contact with nature. I encourage you to go into nature as often as you can, to connect with nature, because that's our natural environment. It's not those concrete blocks we live in. No, it's nature. Of course, you know that. So when it's too cold, doesn't matter, go maybe lean against a tree, even if it sounds cliche. But the direct contact with nature is essential. It's not just that our etheric body needs it. It energizes in nature. It gets more sensitive, and also gives us a bit more peace of mind, which we need for the work with the third eye, of course. So as you see, there are a few basic and pretty easy things that we can do to aid this process. I hope this helps you, and I hope you're having a wonderful time exploring the world of the third eye, and I'll be seeing you soon. Goodbye.